Okay, everybody, I am back. And last night, I turn in to go to sleep, and the wife had on The Bachelorette. So I was half watching. We go through this every year because she can't miss an episode. And so I'm watching it, and, it's obviously, we all know already that Claire picks Dale and then leaves the show, and then somebody else comes in and takes over. We get that. So, but we have to watch this train wreck happen as it's happening. And everybody's getting out of the car. There was the guy with the straight jacket. There was the football guy that blasts through the comic book thing, the guy in the knight in shining armor. They were so corny. And, the guy with the pregnancy belly who was, mimicking what Claire did on her episode when she first did the Bachelorette. And I'm watching it. Luckily, none of the guys got really drunk during the first meet and greet cocktail. Everybody was pretty sober, which I actually enjoyed. Watching the build up of them all in quarantine, and the one goofy guy hitting his head on the ceiling, jumping, and all these guys going nuts, having to spend 14 or 20 days in quarantine before they can go to the house and all that kind of stuff. I was just like, I'm on my phone going through YouTube, watching some of my subscriptions that I watch, but I'm still kind of watching this show, this train wreck. And Claire seems nice, I feel bad. She's got this DVD that she hasn't watched that her dad, did for her before he passed away. I think he had cancer or something like that, and she was gonna watch it with the husband that she finally finds, and so I'm watching it out of the corner of my eye, and I see this guy Yusuf. And right away, I'm like, oh, dude, he's the villain of this season. I can tell already he's the villain, Yusuf. And then, he gets into it with Matthew McConaughey Light is what they were calling him. And, it's one of these deals where somebody has to be the villain on these shows every time. And I knew right away it was this guy. And, he went on his whole thing about, I've got a daughter and all this. And I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he might have gone into this knowing he was going to be the bad guy. I feel like, look, I worked in reality TV for a little while, and it's fake. All this shit's scripted. Now, I don't know how much of the Bachelorette or the Bachelor are scripted, but they know when they profile these people, this guy's going to be trouble, and this guy's going to be great, and that guy's going to be this and that. But this guy Yusuf, he already has a face that you want to punch. And I'm not a violent person or anything, but he's just got that face and the arrogance and all that kind of stuff. And I felt bad for Matthew McConaughey Light because he gets kicked off the show. He doesn't get a rose because he was trying to expose this guy. But see, I'm thinking behind the scenes, when they give out the rose, she's got all the headshots laying out in the back, and her and Chris are looking at him, and they figure out who's going and who's not. And I guarantee she was coached and said, look, this guy came to you, but we need to keep him on the show. Because if he does have girls on Instagram that he's talking with and all that kind of crap, he's the guy you have to, he's the guy you got to keep on the show. I feel like that's how that works. And because they need the drama, they need the ratings. But this season's going to be crazy anyway, because they're going to bring in somebody else and all that kind of stuff. You can see how Claire just fawned on Dale as soon as he got out of the car. First person, see, if she really wanted to test the whole thing, she would have given the rose to the other guy with the beard and the hair that called her and broke protocol during the quarantine phase, because Claire was going through some tough stuff with her mom. And she should have given it to him as kind of like a bait and switch, just to let the guy Dale kind of simmer and not let everyone know she was all in on Dale from the point he got out of the car. Love at first sight, which I guess is a thing. It happens. But she didn't. She gave him the first impression rose, and there was a lot of guys that didn't get a chance to even talk to her. But look, my wife's going to make me watch this throughout the whole thing. And Yusuf is not going to make it on the show, obviously, but I think he would be good on with Paradise Island. Is that the one that they do with it? My wife makes me watch that too, Paradise Island. And, get him on there and then let him try to find love or whatever. But I'm just like, this guy sucks. This guy's just, he's just a bad guy. He knows it and he's going to play it up. Claire seems a little flighty, but she's going to make it. She's going to be fine. She's already got Dale. So that's it. That's kind of like my recap. I did watch it. Yes, I did. And I'll watch more episodes and I'll do more of these videos. But it's painful. Painful. Like the guy with the scarf that came out with the jaw, he looked like Superman. Or like an animated version of Superman, not like any Superman in real life. He pulled up in his Bentley and he had the jaw like this. I mean, God. I can't wait to see this guy go. Yeah, I'm glad I never, as an actor or as, someone out looking for love, ever had to go on a show like this. It's just a train wreck, man. Every season's a train wreck. But as long as eyeballs are on it, people will keep watching. All right, man, that's it. My recap of The Bachelorette episode 1. We'll see you on the next one.